Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, you're highly welcome as well. My name is Precious and I'm a hairstylist based in Nigeria. Today we'll be making false locks, painless and tension free false lock. So I'd advise you watch this video till the end to see how it is done properly, okay? A lot of people don't make false locks because they feel it is very painful. They feel after making false lock they can't sleep at night, but I'm going to show you a way to make your false lock that is going to be tension free, like very less painful. You won't even feel pain at all. It will just be as if you're making normal knotless braids, okay? So the first thing I did was count how many locks she brought, because she brought the pack of locks by herself. I counted it and it was 56 in numbers. Rightfully, you're supposed to make it exactly 56 or less than, not more than. So that's why I have 2 braids at the back. And what I'm doing right now is just putting her hair into 3 strands braids so that I'll be able to crochet in the locks before using kinky to lock it in place more, if that makes sense. So the extensions I used are the locks that she brought and the kinky extension that I had at the shop, okay? So the steps are quite easy to follow. Put your crochet pin inside the loop that comes with the locks and then put the hair inside that loop and then crochet the hair, the remaining length of the hair, back into the hair before going in with your kinky extension to wrap. So I noticed that the length of kinky I was using was too long, so for the rest part of the hair I changed the kink. I cut the kinky into 2 to make it shorter so that it will blend seamlessly into the locks itself, okay? After wrapping to where her hair stopped, I started doing loose wrap around the locks extension to further help in the blending process, to blend it seamlessly. I think I've said seamlessly a lot of times in this tutorial, forgive me, to blend it seamlessly into the locks, okay? Another thing worth mentioning is when you're wrapping the last bit of kinky extension around the locks, try to make it not tight so that nobody will be able to tell where you stopped wrapping with the kinky extension. Don't tie it too tight, okay? So I just repeated the same process throughout the entire hair, and like I was saying before, I changed the length of, I cut the length of the kinky I was using. I made it shorter so that I won't have to wrap for too long before I stop wrapping. Hence this short length of kinky that you're seeing, okay? So you can decide to do the entire head of hair, do 3 strands braids before going in to do the crochet one after the other, to do the locks one after the other, just to be able to manage the locks better. Remember I said she brought 56 locks, but for me what I did was, as I was going, I was counting the number of braids I had left, and because I did a visual counting earlier, it wasn't hard for me because I had two braids at the back of her head. You know I love doing the brick method, so I'm not going to compromise that for anything. So moving forward was quite easy for me. There was even some locks remaining after the installation, so that is a point to note. Another thing is when crocheting the hair back into the hair. I know that sounds somehow, but you can see what I'm doing. When crocheting it back into the hair, don't start crocheting it from the roots, which is where I'm touching now. Don't start crocheting it from there, so that it will give like a knotless first lock. I don't know if that made sense. Like it will have thin mouth, then it will move into the fat part, then the locks. That is the best way for me to explain it. So that is what I did for the entire hair, because if you don't do that, you will find out that it is going to be too thick at the roots, and you don't want that for your locks. That is where also the most of the pains that people are complaining about, that is where it comes from that thick root, because you'll be trying your best to make sure you wrap it tightly so it is not fat. So that is where majority of the pains comes from. Okay, if you keep on doing this, you're going to find numbers of ways to just navigate through it, because I promise you, first locks are not as painful as you guys think they are. And if you wrap the kinky to an extent and you discover that the length that you're using is didn't entirely cover or blending, because two things you're using the kinky for: one, to wrap the hair; two, to blend the hair into the first lock. Okay, so after wrapping the hair, make sure there is a blend, there is no gap. Make sure there is no gap from where the wrapping of the hair stopped and where the locks starts, if that makes sense. Just make sure you're wrapping it in. I know it's easier said than done, but with more practice it's going to be a reality for you. So keep on practicing it. Okay, it is quite easy. What you're seeing on her hair right now is the hair wax that I use in slicking down her hair, so that it will be straight and not in its kinky's form. You know, it's natural hair. So after I did 3-strand braids to an extent, I went in my hair wax to just slick down the remaining parts, because yes, I tried to twist the extra parts, but it wasn't working for me. I just had to use hair wax to slick those extra parts down. Look at what I'm talking about. Give a gap from the beginning, from where you start the 3-strand braids. Give like a little gap, so that we have like a knotless effect. Okay. I believe with this tutorial you'll be able to make painless, intention free on false locks, okay? Because I believe that false lock is one of the easy, versatile, beautiful and quick to do hairstyles, but people don't just make it because they feel it is painful and the takedown process breaks out their hair or cuts their hair. So if you want a takedown tutorial, let me know and I'll make one for you, okay? So to tell you how tension free this hairstyle is, I was able to put it in a bun that same day, and I'm not saying it just for saying sake, because she's quite tender headed and she's a natural hair girly, so there is that as well. Well, I'm trying to convince you guys that if you follow these steps, false locks can be tension free as well, okay? So thank you for watching this far, and kindly subscribe, like this video, drop a comment, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.